So today we're going to be making a sculpture and we're going to be making it abstract, and that means that it's not going to look like anything in particular. So it'll be nice shapes, nice colours, but it won't look like a man, a dog or a house or anything like that. And we're going to be making it of recycled materials, so hopefully things you'll have at home. Hi guys, so today we are going to need some kitchen foil, some tin foil, some scissors and some sort of blue tack type substance, blue tack or white tack. And also we are going to need lots and lots of these. Now, like me, you might find that you've got a lot of these heading into your recycling. As I have. So I have collected a few together and we're going to be looking at making a sculpture using some of this cardboard. So first of all, I'm going to think about what kind of sculpture I am going to make. There's a lot of sculptures that we've put up for you to have a look at, lots of information there for you to read. What I'm thinking about though is something abstract, because these are nice tube shapes and I'm thinking I'm going to make something abstract. So I'm thinking about the movement, the shape that my sculpture is going to take. So I'm going to start to cut these up and I'm going to think about dancing. So my sculpture is going to be about the movement you get when you dance to music and how people move. So I'm going to do my movement through dance in this sculpture here. So I'm going to start off by cutting. So it squashes, the scissors squash them down a little bit and I'm going to cut almost all the way through. And then I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to cut it from the other side. And I'm going to keep doing that, cutting it around, turning it over and cutting it again. Now you can get an adult to help you with the cutting because some of it can be quite tricky, especially when the cardboard's a bit thick. I think I might get two out of this one. I'm going to do one here and I'm going to do another one here. Okay, make sure you don't cut all the way through. So we've got cuts on either side. Now this cutting has squashed it down a little bit, so I'm just going to pop it back into that nice round shape. Now, there's not much movement there at the moment. So what I'm going to do is start to think about these circles that I've cut that are attached. And I might want to make that a little bit smaller. That's a good thing. You can always change it. You can always make it a little bit different. But I'm going to start to fold that round so it moves away at a different angle. So I'm going to fold that over and pull it over to one side. And the next one here, I'm going to pull that over in a different direction. So we'll pull that one over to this side. And then I might move this one around here. Give it not quite a fold, but a little push in that direction. So the pieces start to go in different directions. And then I'll go down, which one is that going? So I think we'll go this way with this one. Pushing it over a little bit. And pushing it over. And putting them all in place in different directions. And then we start to see a little bit of movement. If we look at the top there, you can see how it's starting to move. Now some of these cuts I think I need to make a little bit smaller. So I'm going to make them, these joining bits, sorry, a little bit smaller. So I'm going to cut them because I want to move my circles a little bit more than they're moving just now. So I'm going to cut those a little bit narrower there, and this one here, another little snip. And see if I can make these angles a little bit more interesting, the way they're coming out. And I can start to see movement in my shape, which makes me think a little bit about swaying and dancing. So we've taken our toilet roll and we've changed it into something with movement. Now once you've got your sculpture on the go, you can move it as much as you want to, make them as thick or as thin as you want. You can always think to add some colour. So here we have our finished one here, and we also have one that's been coloured in. Make sure that they're going in all the different directions that you want them to go in, like someone moving and dancing. You can add little decorations on if you want, and look at it from different angles to see your sculpture. Our next sculpture is also going to be made with toilet rolls or kitchen roll holders. You will need 2 of them. And what we're going to do is we're going to just give them a little squish, cut them into different size loops and hoops. So there's one. I'm going to do a thinner one. And then 2 medium-sized ones, I think. But you might want to ask someone to help you cut this. Some of the cardboard's quite thick. As soon as I've cut them, I'm going to pop them back into their circle shapes so that we keep that nice loop. And I'm going to cut up some more. So here I have lots of loops of all different sizes. Now you can use all your loops in your sculpture or just a few, it's up to you. So we've got thick ones and thin ones and medium-sized ones as well. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a nice strong looking one as a base, and then we're going to build our sculpture up from there. Okay, so I'm going to use this one as a base. I'm going to put 2 cuts in it, 2 small cuts. Not too small because it needs to be supportive, but you definitely don't want to go over halfway there and to about there. So I've got 2 cuts. I'm now going to take one of my other hoops here and I'm just going to slot it in to those 2 cuts there. Slot them together, okay? And that starts my sculpture off. Now if I keep building on here, it'll tip over. So I need to make sure my sculpture is balanced. So there's the start of it there. Okay, so now I'm going to think about, am I going to add something onto here or onto this one? I think I'm going to add it onto this one, but I'm going to add it onto this side and maybe further to the back to try and keep the balance right. So I think I'll go for a medium-sized one and I might put it back here. So in this hoop here, I'm just going to keep cutting 2 bits and then I can add in my next shape and then I can just build up my sculpture by adding bits on together. Okay, so there it is so far, and then we just carry on doing that. Okay, so here I have my sculpture here. It's interesting all the way around. It can stand up on its own like that, it's quite balanced. And you can obviously colour that if you wanted to. You could add patterns and designs to it. You can build it up if you wish. These are both made from 2 toilet rolls, but you could go further than that. And again, I think there's a lot of movement with shapes, lots of interesting things from just your ordinary toilet roll. Now here we have a sculpture that's made with 4 toilet rolls. You can see it's getting bigger and bigger from all sides. I wonder how high I could make it. Do you think I could carry on adding more and more sculptures to it, make it bigger and bigger? Or do you think it would fall over? Who knows? Now both of these sculptures, although they were round about music and its shape and movement, they don't actually look like anything. And that means that they are abstract. So they're abstract sculptures that we've made there. Now for many of our sculptures today, we've got lots of lovely, interesting shapes. Do you think you could take up the challenge and draw one of them? Good luck.